Hi, how's it going? So today I'm going to look at the salvage auctions. I've got a couple of salvage auctions up on my computer, and one of the auctions is on today. So I'm going to have a look through there and see what cars are worth getting. And for the purpose of the video, I'm going to do like a series. So I'm going to see if I can get the cheapest car possible, cheapest salvage car, and then get it delivered here to my home, and either fix it up or just sell it as it is, clean it up a bit, get it valeted inside, or even valet it myself inside, and just sell it as it is. Because some people don't use the salvage auctions and they just want to buy a fixer-upper from somebody. So privately, they don't want to have to register and all that to an auction or go there. So I haven't even gone to the auction to have a look at any of these cars. I'm just going off my own judgment. And looking basically online, and seeing what's going to be ideal, not something that isn't damaged too much, yeah, it's going to be ideal for what I need to do. So we'll get onto the computer and we'll have a look, and you can see how it works really. So okay. Okay, so we're on the first salvage auction. So this is Pickles here in Australia. So I'm going to have a look. Now I've looked through the cars. I looked through these last night. The auction is actually on today. Now I don't go to the auction itself to inspect the cars. I just go off my own judgment to have a look. So I think that's why I can justify the money that I make, because I take a huge risk. I don't know if the cars are running. I don't know if there's a mechanical problem with them or electrical problem, and I just go off. I don't know if the damage is going to be more. Okay, so let's have a look. We'll go to buy here. Now you can get all types of stuff on this website, but the one I'm interested in today is salvage cars. So I'm going to have a look at that. Now not so long ago they made this much better menu, so you can refine it better. So the item location, so we're in Western Australia, so we'll go WA and we'll go Perth, and the site is at Bibra Lake. The year, now I want to go from 2010. I don't want anything really older than that, and I want to go up to 2016. Now for the reason for that is at 2015 the car is like 10 years old. So 2016, the car will be 9 years old. And I've heard from a lot of people, especially in the salvage industry, that when a car gets to around about 10 years old, possibly 9 years old, but anything past 10 years, 9 years old, 10 years old and older, the insurance company will write it off for like the minimum of damage. They'll, even if it's just got some scrapes on the doors or whatever, some dents and that, they'll write them off much easier than a car that's only 4 years old or 5 years old. So if I was to go for something that's 4 or 5 years old, it'd have to be, pretty smashed up really for the insurance company to write it off. So now there's, out of these four, basically what the woven not applicable means it's not gone onto the write-off vehicle register. That's what Rover is. Write-off vehicle register. So it's not, if there's any cars with that on it, it means that it hasn't got that register on it, which means basically it was either uninsured, the car, or the insurance have not written it off. They've just paid out, not put it on the write-off register, and it could be because it's low amounts of money, it doesn't cost much, the car's not worth it, or something like that. There is reasons why they don't do it. There could be many reasons. In the inspection past repairable write-off, that means that it's been a repairable write-off in the past, and it's been repaired, and it's passed its inspection, and now it's back in the auction for some reason. Maybe the people couldn't sell it and they decided to sell it, but because it's got a previous write-off and it's passed its inspection, or it could have got damaged again and it's back in. Repairable write-off means that it's been written off by the insurance company, but it's repairable as long as you repair it to a satisfied condition, and you can take it over the pits then. and then get it back on the road. And then statutory write-off means that it's just parts only. They've written it off, and it can't ever go back on the road. It has to just be parts only. So I'm going to click 3 of these. And this is a good thing about this menu. You can actually multi-choose, multi-pick. Buy it now price. We're not interested in any of them. There's Pickles Live and Pickles Online. So live is basically the live auction, which is what we're going to see today. And online means it's like on a time. So a time comes when the auction starts, and it could run for about 5 hours. I want to try and get vehicles under 200 kilometers if I can. Sometimes it's hard to do, but anything gets over that, they end up starting to get up to 300 kilometers, 300,000 kilometers, 400,000 kilometers. So, and I think that's around about it. So it shows 63 results. So that's all we've got. Now I want to sort it in title, and it doesn't mean like what it means. It's basically the make of the vehicle. So, and then we'll show 120 per page. So we got all of them on the page. So we got an Audi there. I've looked at these already. There's another Audi there, but it's an SUV. There's a Ford. There's some cheap Fiestas there. Like anything, like these look all right, but again, when I click through the pictures, I can see they've got a faded roof. Don't want anything like that. That's got multicolours on it. This is a Focus here. Not too sure what's wrong with that one. Let's have a look into that. It's 2013. Oh, it just looks like the front fender's damaged on it. We can zoom in on that. Yeah, it just looks like the fender's damaged. That doesn't look too bad, really. But what I'm after really is cars that were decent, really decent cars before they were damaged. You know, somebody who's really looked after it, and it's been a nice clean car. See, that says on the window. You got to read what's on the window as well. It says REC towed in. So I'm not too sure why they've towed it and not driven it. That unless the wheel's damaged. But if the wheel's damaged or the suspension's damaged, it should say in the description. But that looks pretty all right inside. See, looks like it was quite a nice, clean, respectable car before it had the damage. That one doesn't look too bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click save on that. Things like this Ranger, it's just too far gone for me. It says it's a repairable write-off, but it's just too far damaged. Plus the airbags have gone off as well, so that's like major work, that is. So it's just, for what I've got, I haven't got a big workshop or anything. I've only got my garage, so I'm not going to take on anything that's too big. There's a Holden Captiva here. Damage details, yeah, it just says impact damage. So I'm trying to look where the damage is on it. Yeah, it looks like it's the fender and the door. It doesn't look too bad. Yeah, if I zoom in on that, I can see that it's the bumper, the fender and the door. But when I go further on in the pictures, that wheel looks like it's bent in. So it looks like something's hit it from that side and pushed the wheel in. So another thing that I look for as well is I look if the wheels are straight on both sides. So that one's straight, pointing forward, right? And then when I go back to this other one, that one looks like it's bent in a bit. Now another giveaway then. So I look at them wheels and then I have a look at the steering wheel, and that's the wheels are pointing forward, but that's to the left. So that obviously is hit. That's suspension. And that's like way off, so I wouldn't really bother with that. It could be opening a can of worms, and it's just more problems than it's worth. So we go into a Commodore that looks quite badly damaged in the side. I can see it from here, even though it's yeah, that's pretty bad. It's pretty badly damaged. Let's go into that one. I've got the slowest internet here. I'll have to get this better internet here. That's really smashed in. That B pillar is going to be possibly damaged. You know, it looks like it's even dented in the roof. I'm surprised that's a repairable write-off and they didn't do a statutory write-off that. Some of these, I wonder where the insurance company, because some of these they don't look They look like they were statutory. They look like they'd never be put back on the road, some of them. These are just, I don't want anything small like this. They're just nothing. They're just doing nothing for me at all. You've got to have some enjoyment. You've got to have something that looks nice. You don't want something like just a piece of crap that just to drive around. It's not worth doing up. This looks all right. This Hyundai Elantra, and it looks like it's probably had like a small hit in the back because the boot is like flipped open, and they've obviously put some tape to keep it down. But it looks like it's staying in. It's just that everything's disaligned a bit, but the boot isn't properly closed, so that's why that doesn't look that good. And again, here you can see it's all like disaligned. It looks like something's gone in the back. It's hit that and hit that, but it's just like something shunted it in the back, moved everything. So there could be a fixer-upper, but again, it has to be. I'd have to get it for less than 2,000, definitely, because I bought one of these a while ago for about 5,000. And it was registered. It wasn't from a salvage auction. It was just off there. And I bought it, and I put it straight up for sale for 7,000, and it sold. But it was in good condition. But the engines tick on them as well, so that's something else has got to be careful. They have like ticky engines. That Jeep I've had a look at. The Kia now. And these little things, that's too much. That's got too much missing. If I got to fix these up, I've got to spend a lot of parts on them. Oh, there's a Mercedes there. Oh, that's for next month. So that's see the auctions on a lot of these auctions, sale in progress. So it's the auctions today, but then there's another auction on Monday. So that's I do like the German cars. So that's a convertible roof. I wonder what's wrong with it. I wonder what it says. And there we go. Impact damaged vehicle, malicious damaged vehicle. So it looks like it's possibly been stolen or broken into. Something like that. So looks like there's a patch on the roof straight away, I can see. So it's filthy, but it doesn't matter. It's a newer shaped C200 convertible, and there's no damage on it, but it looks like it's possibly a stolen recovered. So I'm not too sure if it will even come with any keys. Yeah, there's keys there on the seat, so that's good. So it does come with keys. 67,000 kilometers, that's really low. That might go for quite a bit of money, that. But the roof is definitely, if I can go back, that roof has got a hole in it. It's been taped up. So I bet you someone's cut into the roof and then got into it to open the door to get into it. That's what they've done. So it looks alright, that. I might keep an eye on that one. Because that would pass. That would pass the pits, pretty much, I think. You don't know. You don't know if they would pass that. Well, it's not structural. That roof isn't. That hole in the roof is not structural. So, and then there's other stuff here I'm not interested in. Not interested in that Mitsubishi or that Nissan. There's a Porsche there as well, so that's just come up as well. So, not too sure what's that. That's going to be expensive. That's going to be like a lot. Let's have a look. What else there is? Diesel. It just says impact damaged vehicle. So let's have a look where it's damaged. It's just that front bit. Oh, and the other side. To zoom in, you can see the bumper's scraped. That'll click back in, that bumper up, and that'll push out. That could possibly pass. Oh, and the wheel's been damaged in this incident, so it might have damaged the suspension. But they're meant to say in the description, if the suspension's damaged, they're meant to say in the description. And you can see that Oh, that's got like that's like a, I don't know what's hit that, but it's chewed the metal out. That looks like something that's hit the guardrail maybe. All the back's okay, I know. Mechanis. So yeah, the two doors. That would definitely need replacing. Whatever. Oh, it's part of the door that. Yeah, that door needs replacing then because that metal's been chewed. So you need a couple of doors for it. And here in Perth, because there's not many of these about, any scrapyard that's got anything like that will know that they're rare and want a ridiculous amount of money. It'd probably be cheaper just by buying it over east, to be honest. Buying the parts, I mean, over east. So that's too much far. It's too far gone. I'm not interested in that really thing. It's just these Japanese cars. I just, you know, there's two types of people that buy cars. There's car enthusiasts that buy cars because of the way they look and the way they drive, and you know, the power of them and things like that. And there's just people that see cars as a mode of transport, and they're the people that buy things like that Toyota Yaris. People buy that because it's a mode of transport. That's basically all it is to them. This Golf I looked at, which seems all right, but it's had like a heavy impact into there. That door is really pushed in. That could be, and the door's actually popped out. So the fender's gone and the fender's gone in and the door's gone. You can see that it's really damaged, really pushed in, and the door's even popped out at the back. That pillar, that A pillar, could be damaged. That could be dented. You know. So, and if I look in the interior, it's pushed in that much that this glove box, which is on the passenger side, is actually popped out. And the seats are wrecked. Why are the seats wrecked like that? Is that the material or something? But you can see it's pushed in. It must have pushed in, and that's popped out. So that's it's a no-no for me. That really. But I think it's an R. I think it's a Gold. Yeah, it says it's an R, so it must be that. Maybe it's that four-wheel drive. But yeah, it is. It's a four-wheel drive. It must be. I think it's the 2-litre turbo, and they're pretty quick. Yeah, it's the 2-litre turbo thing, and it's four-wheel drive. Meant to be like a rocket, meant to go really fast, but it's but I'm not interested in doing that's too far gone for me. That's gonna need to go really on a jig. So, and then there was an old Volvo, an old 2011 Volvo. I don't want that. And there's also this Audi Q5, which is a repairable write-off, and the damage looks like it's just on the rear quarter, which is there. So it's drivable. Somebody, you know, I could just sort of, or not even do really, just not even just maybe just pop it out a bit so it doesn't look as bad. Try and clip the bumper in, and then just polish it up, clean the interior, and then just sell it as a repairable write-off. And someone can drive that home then on a movement permit, because it's obviously got no plates on it, so they'd have to put it on a movement permit, which you can just get online on your phone. So, but depends what it goes for. I know who's gonna pay for that. So I'll have to go on to Marketplace and put in 2011 Audi Q5. I'll also look on car sales as well, and Gumtree, and Auto Trader. Although Auto Trader is sort of linked to Gumtree, I think now. But it's just basically you come to this part and it just tells you when you purchase a vehicle, this is the deposit that you'll take straight away, because my credit card or business card or whatever is registered with this Salvage auction. So as soon as I buy a car, as soon as I win a car, they take the value of it. They take a deposit. So if the value's up to 10,000, they'll take a deposit of 1,000. So I try not to buy anything over 10,000 at all. So let's confirm that. Agree to that, and then bid live, and then click that.
7100. It's 7001 there and 72 still going there, buys. It won't be here tomorrow. Let's go. It's 72, 3, 4, 7 and 4 now. It's 74, 7400. The two players are going at it. Let's go. Half in 75. It's 7 and 6 now. Clean look.
Right, I can just pause. Well, it doesn't pause the auction, obviously. It just pauses my interaction with it and kick it back on. So it just takes that voice up, but you can hear that they're going. Anyway, so and then you can see all the cars. So I can have a look. I can look at the history of just the cars that I've been selling since this morning. I've never seen that one. I think it was an old one. Oh, it's like a 2000. Don't ignore the car, that's the one that's up at the moment. But these are like an old Mercedes. That one's with the back end smashed in. No, that's like a 22-year-old Mercedes. It's like an old, it's like not even anything fancy. It's just a 320. And the back end's smashed in on it. And it's not not the best colour, and it's not the best interior. And let's have a look. And it's sold for $900. So, yeah, you put 15% on that. Of whatever it is. I think it's, I don't know if it's 13.5% or 15%. I'd have to have a look. I'd have to look at the fees. So there's already been a few cars, but none of them I was interested in, because they're all old things, but you know, or Kias or things like that, Hyundais that are not really Suzuki things there. So I'm not really interested in a lot of them. So I'm going to see if I can get one of them for $2,000. So I'll get back. I'll do another video. Otherwise, it'll just make this video too long. I'll do another video when I'm about to start and bid on that. So I think the auction, if I go onto the other page, the auction is at lot 46 at the moment. So I'll just wait now until that other lot comes up. So I'll see you on another video, and I'll do me bidding on it. So thanks for watching this, and I hope it was like informative, and you can sort of have a bit of an idea how the salvage auction works. And then we've got another auction I'm going to have a look at, which is called Mannheim. I think you get these in America, and they're over here in Australia as well, and that works a little bit differently. Well, I've had some good vehicles from Mannheim in the past. Also, before I go, I wanted to, there was two types. When I was searching, when I go to refine, no, that's not it. If I go to buy, and then I go to refine, when it says buying method, so there's Pickles Live and online. So Pickles Live is like the auction we've just been watching with the guy, the auctioneer speaking, and he's going through the cars. The Pickles Online is basically something that has a starting time and date, and there's no live auction on it, so there's no guy speaking in the background. It's just like all on the screen, and it just starts. It just says, right, you know, basically it doesn't even say, just as a word, you can bid now, and it might last for about 5 hours, 6 hours, sometimes it's a couple of days, and then people just come along and then just bid, and then just wait, and then whatever, but and then come back to the next day or whatever, if it's a couple of days. So it's just an online auction. But the trouble is when it gets to the end, whatever price it is, say it's on like $2,000, and then I come in and then bid 2,001. I wait till the last minute and then bid 2,100. It jumps the time back to like 5 minutes remaining or 4 minutes remaining, and it just drags it out. And I wish they wouldn't do that, because it just drags it out, and then it gives people more time. The good thing is about the live auction is you can get some bargains, because people panic and they just they want to bid in and they just miss out at the very end, so you end up winning it because they were too slow just clicking. But I'll show you all that in the next video, so let's get off that. So yeah, we'll see that, and we'll get onto that video, another video which I'll put like a salvage auction, and then I'll put the 3 cars. Okay, thanks a lot.